Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports and Boxing. Find a way to win, find a way to lose. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the latest and greatest, because we just have conversations over here. That being said, Manny Pacquiao, what's going on with him? Well, I'm going to tell you. Manny Pacquiao is becoming the Philippino Roy Jones. For those of you who don't know what I mean by that, it's because Roy Jones fought too long. Matter of fact, he's still fighting. And the reason why he's fighting, this is why I put Manny Pacquiao in that same conversation, because Roy Jones had a lot of debt. Just a quick backstory on Roy Jones: bad investments, mismanaging of funds, huge back tax bill that had to be taken care of. It was so bad with Roy Jones, with the amount of money he made and the amount of money lost on real estate, bad investments, taxes, etc. Right? It was so bad that Roy Jones went over there and worked out some deal with the guys in Russia, became a Russian citizen, and did some other things which we don't have all the information on, but we know he went out there and got hooked up with the secret society and agreed to train Russian boxers, and in return they would pay off his debt to the IRS. So that's what Roy Jones did. But nonetheless, he's still out here trying to fight whenever he can, because Roy Jones, my understanding, may still have some debt that he hasn't squared away. Now, you got to take that with a grain of salt, because in social media they say anything. But one thing we do know for a fact is he struggled financially after he retired because he had a lot of debt. Then now you look at Manny Pacquiao. Kind of situation like Roy Jones, still kind of has enough to give us some entertainment, but kind of past his prime, but he's still out here fighting, He's talking about the exhibition bouts, but he's also talking about coming back to fight at the highest level. His ambitions have not changed from when he first came back early this year, talking about fighting Conor Benn, talking about fighting Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, all the elite. But that being said, now that Pacquiao has to pay about $8 million US to Paradigm, right? Some of that money he was given up front. He just has to give that back. I think that totals at about $3 million. The other $5 million is just damages and lawyer fees that Manny Pacquiao's on the hook for. As a result, Manny Pacquiao is definitely looking to get back out here and compete on the highest levels to get the biggest purses. Now, the thing about that is, Manny Pacquiao can have himself a few exhibition fights in a year, and I'm sure Manny Pacquiao can make that money back with no problem. The problem with that is, for Manny Pacquiao to make the kind of money he was used to, I just don't see him coming back being okay with making $1 or $2 million here and there. For Manny Pacquiao to make the $10 million, $15 million, $20, $25 million, he's got to get back into the biggest fights possible. And can he do that? Of course he can. He's Manny Pacquiao. As soon as he decides he wants to be back in the boxing, you're going to see his name in the rankings. He'll get a couple easy wins, and then he'll be back fighting for a title. And a lot of people would want him to be there because of Manny Pacquiao and what he brings to the table. But the problem is, he's not the same Manny Pacquiao he was when he first came over and fought Pereira and Morales and Manuel Marquez. We got to understand that Pacquiao's gone. So to see him come here now, we've already seen him get viciously knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez when Marquez was on the Heredia cocktail. We seen him come in, get the second half of the fight, get banged up good by Keith Thurman. We've seen him get in there and fight Yordenis Ugas, who was on the Heredia cocktails, and get banged all around the damn ring. So for Manny Pacquiao to come now and consider fighting Errol Spence, was a fight that evaded him and Errol Spence because of Errol Spence's issues, car accident, etc. The injury. Errol Spence had the injury, right? Then Ugas stepped in. We just can't expect Manny Pacquiao to come in there and fight a Crawford, a Spence, and to really dominate. You know what I mean? I see him coming back and just getting beat down and not looking the same. It's like when Roy Jones, after he beat John Ruiz and won the heavyweight title, Jones should have retired. his name would have been in the talks with Mayweather. His name would have been in the talks with all the greats. Now when you talk about Roy Jones, it's more or less, that guy who hung around longer than he should have. Don't get me wrong. We all know Roy at a point in time was a bad boy, but he just went too long, and you can't really blame him if you got outstanding debt and taxes he has to pay. Got to do what you have to do, but at the same time, he's gonna get hurt. And Roy Jones got beat up by a damn MMA fighter, and now you got Manny Pacquiao coming back. Now he should be able to represent himself pretty good because he's not gonna go straight in with a killer. But Manny Pacquiao could end up in the same situation like Roy Jones, where he's out here fighting guys and getting beat up basically because he has to keep fighting. Now we don't know all of Manny Pacquiao's stories about his struggles. We know he helps a lot of people, and all I'm gonna say is this: I wish him the best of luck, but I think he could be heading down the same path. If Manny Pacquiao comes back and he has a good showing, let me tell you something. Manny Pacquiao is going to be pushing for the biggest and best fights. One, for the payday, and two, because you get that false sense of comfort and thinking, you know what, I can still do this at the highest level, which I don't think he can. But that being said, more to come on Manny Pacquiao. Make sure you guys are subscribing, liking, follow me out there on Twitter and Instagram. And at the end of the day, y'all make sure y'all keep cool. Shout out to all the veterans, Manny Pacquiao. I wish him the best of luck. I just don't want to see him hang around and end up like Roy Jones, where I think a lot of respect for Roy Jones is gone now, because people, especially this next generation, they don't know nothing about what he did. They don't remember that Roy Jones that was sitting there in the ring, dancing, acting the fool, hitting guys, making guys seize up and convulse on the canvas, breaking ribs, hands behind his back, knocking people out. They don't know nothing about that. They just see this old guy with this belly, and who's out there getting his ass beat. So that being said, y'all keep cool. More to come on with Pacquiao. But hopefully he can resolve his financial situation, get back to retirement, a comfortable retirement life. And he can do that sooner than later. I'm in the breeze.